got Titan blood running through our veins. Get loud, put your hands up, let the whole world hear this sound.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here to get into the first mock draft of our offseason. The Chiefs just became Super Bowl champions in 2023, and we have some things to talk about. Mainly participating to the offseason for the Titans in 2023, and there's some big stuff that can change. Now, looking at this, I don't think it's entirely impossible, especially in this draft, seeing that Seattle takes Paris Johnson at 5. With that, I don't think it's completely out of the question, and especially being who's still on the board. The only guy that you could see the Titans maybe taking here would be Peter Skoronski, but that is a far reach at 11 to take him. You could take Quentin Johnston, but the Titans, I don't think their major need is receiver. I think mainly you need protection. You took 2 receivers that can play very well for you and did play very well for you last year. Kyle Phillips got hurt towards the middle of the season, so he couldn't be as productive towards the back half of the season. And then Treylon Burks very much came on towards midseason and started showing that he can be an NFL prospect and is an NFL worthy player. So, in this opinion, I like this trade with the Chargers. You get their 2024 first round pick. The Chargers really don't seem like they're in line to really compete in that division. Chiefs, Broncos, Sean Payton just went to the Broncos. That's big news that we aren't going to be able to talk about because I don't really talk about other NFL stuff on here besides the Titans. But I am going to do like wide rise prospect overlooks. So maybe we'll talk a little bit more about other teams than we normally would. But it's still going to be very Titans forward. But we're going to go ahead and accept this play for the Chargers. Chargers end up taking Quentin Johnston. We wouldn't have took Quentin Johnston there. I understand that people think we need to go with receiver early first round. I don't see that. I very much, and we're gonna full reject all of these trades because we need to take this pick here. So we're going to end up getting the guy that we wanted, but also Broderick Jones is there as well to take. Peter Skoronski is more of a raw talent, could kick to guard. I actually like that a lot more. Broderick Jones there from Georgia, kind of right the wrong that we had with Isaiah Wilson. So we're going to go and see if we can get to our next pick, our second round pick, which is pick 41. Now, I also am going to talk about, I would not be surprised to see a team like the Titans trade up in the draft either, because quarterback could still very much be on the board. But this is, in my opinion, where you take a receiver. We're going to go to offense. We're going to go to wide receiver. Now, some people like other guys. Like, I've seen A.T. Perry set. Apparently, he's going to get a lot of looks during the combine to possibly move up in a lot of people's boards. I actually like A.T. Perry, but that's not where we're going to go here. I like Zay Flowers, and I like Rashee Rice. Now, Zay is 5'10", 177 pounds, can play that slot guy. Rashee Rice, 6'2", 203. More of a short area receiver. Could use a slot guy. Burks is going to play outside, most likely. But our Burks could also kick to the slot. People have said that too. It all determines on what happens with Robert Woods this offseason, whether he gets cut, he stays. I think we're going to go with Zay Flowers here. I wouldn't hate Rashee Rice or A.T. Perry at that pick either, as a fan. Hendon Hooker ends up going to the Buccaneers. That's something to watch out for. Henry To'oTo'o, Jesus Christ, ends up going, that was the guy I was debating taking or not. But if A.T. Perry's still on the board at pick 72, I'm going to take him. Because that's a 6'4 prospect with a lot of room to grow. 6'5" prospect with a lot of room to grow. I'm taking A.T. Perry. We're going receiver back to back. I know that's probably not a great decision and not realistic to what the Titans might do, but you can't. If you have a third round pick and A.T. Perry is still on the board, you're gonna take him. He's 6'5". He has a wide catch radius, and is a guy that I think in the NFL is gonna make a lot of plays. He draws a very Josh Palmer like recipient to me. And speaking of Palmer, I was huge on Palmer. If y'all have been on the channel for a little bit, and he kind of didn't really break out until this season when he needed to with Keenan Allen going down. So that was kind of a big thing for me to finally see that after, because I thought I might have been wrong thinking of how good Palmer would have been coming out of Tennessee, but I don't know when our next pick is actually on here. If it should be coming up, I would imagine. I think we have a 4th round pick. If it's not, I'm going to go ahead and speed ahead. No, I do not wish to close the sim. I want to resume the sim. But if we do not have a 4th round pick, so our next pick, I will cut all this out. But our next pick should be coming up. Yeah, pick 49, 149. Where we could go multiple positions here. No, we're gonna reject the trade. No. Okay. I'm going to look at something because I saw somebody play at the national championship game that I very much liked, and maybe the Titans could get him as a undrafted free agent, but he looks to have already gone. And that's kind of wild that I'm saying that is Keyshawn Vaughn. I mean Deuce Vaughn. Oh, Keyshawn Vaughn, Jesus Christ. But big fan of Deuce Vaughn. From what I saw in the national championship game, he's got small stature. As we look, he's 5'6", 176 pounds. But I see a guy that can play. He doesn't have NFL size. Anybody can see that. You could be somebody that doesn't watch the NFL on a daily basis and see that Deuce Vaughn does not have NFL size. But you see a guy that will show up to every play wanting to play, and I think that's what we saw. And if he's still available in these next couple of rounds, I'm going to take him. If he's still available in the 6th round, I'm going to take him. Because even after the Titans went with... even though the Titans went with Hassan last year, I don't believe they're fully sold on what they have out of Hassan. And on Dontrell Hilliard, our typical third down back that we use, is a free agent this season. So, where I think we're going to go here is a lot of these look to be kind of reaches. I don't hate Tanner McGee here either at 130. Tanner McGee, he played at Stanford and was really well. 5th round. I don't hate that either. But the quarterback room is kind of stacked in Tennessee as it is right now. I wouldn't hate center either. There's nobody really there either. Tackle doesn't look bad. Tight end. You just drafted Chikakonkwo, so that's not something you're really wanting to really go after. Linebacker could definitely be in need, and I think that's where we're going to go. We're going to go with... you know what? We're going to go with Deshaun Pace out of the University of Cincinnati. And Tanner McGee went to the Packers. Not something I could entirely see, but depending on how they handle the Aaron Rodgers situation, he could be on the move, and they could need a backup for. And I'm actually looking at this. We're at pick 170, and just to designate how high I am on Deuce Vaughn, I'm gonna propose a trade here with the Cowboys late and try to snatch up Deuce Vaughn. I'm gonna trade. All right, we got 186 left. Yeah, I'm gonna trade up. I'm gonna trade 186 and a 7th next year proposed. That should get us the pick. Trade was denied. Okay. They didn't end up taking Vaughn, though. I'm going to see if we can actually get Vaughn by just letting it rock out. It looks like we're going to be able to get him, and we will. That's exactly who I'm taking. Deuce Vaughn. I don't entirely hate the fact that he can play kick return. It wouldn't be something that you would really want him to play because of his size. Like I said, his size is going to be a problem. But Spiller for the Eagles and Chargers and Dolphins, I believe as well, was an electric kick returner, and his size never halted him really much. So that could be something that actually becomes a assistant towards him. But I think this is going to be the end of our draft. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward once this is done. So once this draft is over, you'll see the grades. And I believe this website does do grades. So we'll see you guys then. V, is there anything that I did that you wouldn't like? Is there anything I said that sounds stupid? I thought you were going to be upset about the AJ Perry thing. Yeah, ET. Full results. Oh no, not full results. I thought you didn't like Perry. But anyway, guys. So this is my draft overview. It's not too realistic, but with the situations we were given in this specific mock, I don't hate it. Because you go with Zay Flowers, not wanting to reach on AT, because you doubt that AT is an early second round pick prospect. Because that's pick 11 in the second round. That's still a top 50 player. And Zay has shown that he can be an electric playmaker. You don't know if AT, because AT is a very raw prospect. He has the intelligibles to be a great receiver in the NFL. But he needs to grow into that position. And that's why you take players to grow into that. You take Deshaun Pace because you need help in the linebacker core. Zach Cunningham could be a cut candidate. David Long's on a contract year. You don't know. Monty Rice looks like to be the guy to put in place. So does Jack Gibbons. Jack Gibbons was a 6th-round pick for the Titans. Or might have been an undrafted free agent, but I believe he was a 6th-round pick for the Titans a couple of years ago and absolutely played lights out the last couple of games of the season. So that might be something they try to play as a depth linebacker as well. Deshaun Pace could help strengthen that core, maybe move him outside as well. Depends on how the Titans want to play that. He's more of an inside guy, so you wouldn't want to move him outside. But if the need was there, as much injuries as the Titans have stacked up, nothing's out of the question anymore. And then with Dontrell Hilliard being on a contract year, you take Deuce Vaughn, could be that third down back, catch out of the backfield. He very much was an electric receiver in the national championship game. In the big, not the Big 12 title game. He was electric in the Big 12 title game. The game against Alabama, Deuce Vaughn showed that he could be electric. Not the national championship game. I'm thinking of an entire different player. Deuce Vaughn in the game against Alabama was electric. I'm going to go ahead and, when I said that the first time, I'm going to put something on the screen that says, not national championship game. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's going to be more mocks and more prospect overviews coming out on the channel. I might get some special guests to come in and talk about certain prospects that they like or who they would want their teams to take. I'm very interested on doing that. And if you guys like this video, remember to leave a like. If you really like to subscribe, but above all else, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Bye, guys.
Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up, tighten up.
Let me hear you say it.
Need